This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Friday, September the 4th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that a suspect was expected to be charged today in connection with the break-in and theft of guns and ammunition from A&C Security Services Limited on Barbados Hill, St. Michael on Tuesday night. Acting Police Public Relations Officer Station Sergeant Roland Cobbler said last night a suspect was in custody and should be charged today. Meanwhile, this break-in drew words of warning last night from the local branch of the regional organization that represents the private security sector in Barbados. Chairman of the Barbados chapter of the Caribbean Association of Security Professionals, Oral Reid, told Barbados Today that this incident should be a lesson for private security firms of the need to better secure their own buildings. Reid, a retired senior police officer, also said that this latest crime involving the theft of firearms in particular was an ideal opportunity for Barbadians to share information with the police. Asked what he thought in the implications of so many weapons on the street would have for this island's national security, he gave the assurance that the members of the local force were quite competent to handle the situation.
I have confidence in the members of the Royal Barbados Police Force to manage these situations. It is not the first time that we have had incidents involving the use of firearms in Barbados. And the police agency has been able to identify perpetrators and to bring those persons to justice. But I think the key element here is the support that they can receive from members of the community who by now should recognize the dangers associated with firearms being in the hands of untrained persons.
The head of this country's tourism marketing agency says the menacing sargassum weed has not stopped tourists from coming to Barbados. Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated, Alvin Jemmett, says while he knows of a few complaints from visitors, the majority are happy to be on the island.
Well, thanks for raising the question of seaweed. It is a problem not only for Barbados, but right across the Caribbean into Mexico and spreading its wings wider afield. It is a problem, but I think that our guests have been very, very understanding. They realize that this is not a problem that has been created by Barbados or anybody else in the Caribbean, and it is not a treacherous situation. It does look dirty, and when it comes up on the beach and it's not taken away, it can smell dirty, but we have not seen any negative fallout from the sargassum seaweed. We have not seen cancellations, not to my knowledge, and so I would sum it up by saying that, yeah, it does make our beautiful beaches look bad, and it does make our very clear water look murky, but I think our visitors have been in good spirit.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow
Turning now to our regional neighbors, the president of the Dominica, Charles Sovereign, has made an impassioned plea for citizens of all political persuasions at home and abroad to set aside their partisan differences and help in the country's recovery efforts. Addressing the nation yesterday, President Sovereign, however, praised the opposition for accepting government's invitation to be part of the Cabinet Advisory Committee to chart the way forward for the island.
I now call on all supporters of the government, as well as supporters of the opposition, whether at home or abroad, to set aside their differences and join hands with one another in this national effort of recovery. It is my hope and prayer that this Erica-inspired bipartisanism and unified approach in treating with the rebuilding of Dominica will bear fruit and will be sustained, sending the signal to all that we can be a stronger and more successful nation when we act in unison in all spheres of life.
With 3 days to go before polling in Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister takes her campaign for re-election to Sister Island, Tobago. And Kamla Prasad Bisesar was armed with a basket full of promises: a marina, a medical school, solar and wind energy, new airport, police and fire stations, increased in tertiary education and job opportunities. As to the election campaign, she said that video footage of vandalized People's Partnership paraphernalia will be handed to the police, as camera footage of the culprits has been gathered.
The good news is we now have some video footage. Only today someone sent me a BBM. We have some video footage of persons vandalizing the posters and the banners of your partnership candidates in certain areas in Trinidad. So we're going to take it to the police. All the years he was an MP in the Parliament, he was a minister of the government. It's only now he wants my job. It's only now he's talking about Tobago. True or not true? We will not shut down the gate. I repeat, we will keep the gate wide open. We'll keep the gate wide open because I believe in education and I believe in helping our young people to get a good education.
The big story on the international scene now: scuffles broke out in Hungary yesterday as police attempted to force migrants off a train and into a refugee camp. Hundreds of people flooded into Kilep train station in eastern Budapest when authorities reopened the terminal after a 2-day standoff, with many believing they were about to start a new life in Germany. But chaotic scenes erupted when the train stopped in the town of Bisheki, home of one of Hungary's refugee camps, and police attempted to force the migrants off the train. ITV News Europe editor James Mates witnessed the moment one desperate man threw himself, his wife, and their child onto the tracks, refusing to go.
For 48 hours they'd been kept out of Budapest Central Station, denied boarding on all trains. So when, inexplicably this morning, the Hungarians reopened the platforms, chaos was entirely predictable. They rushed for the first train that came in, believing wrongly it was headed to Germany. Children were passed overhead, visibly distressed in the crush. They believed this was to be the first train out of Budapest, and maybe even the last. Waiting did not seem to be an option.
Germany, yeah. Germany, I'm happy.
There are constant announcements on the PA system that this train is not going anywhere and please get off it. But after 2 days stuck in this station, they aren't listening. If anything, more people are getting on than getting off. Sitting alone with a tiny baby, a mother pleaded not to go. But then her husband grabbed her and the child and threw all three of them onto the tracks. He seemed to indicate his wife was pregnant. Acutely embarrassed at what was happening in front of the world's cameras, the police, none too gently, arrested and handcuffed him.
And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.